Oh my goodness, we have people coming in. Imagine that. Hey, y'all. I'm just playing with this just to see if I can figure out how it works. And so far, I'm not doing real well with it, but at least I'm live. Can you hear me? Can somebody hear me? Cool. What's up, everybody? I figured I'd try to get this channel going, give everybody another option to be able to talk and chat, react, and all that stuff. The one thing I can't figure out is my picture's not up there on my end. I don't know if it is. Can you guys see my Northern Lights picture up there? Because I can't. This will probably be the most boring live ever, but that's okay. We're allowed to be bored once in a while. Yeah, I don't know why it's not up there. I really don't want to push bunch of buttons because that might be a disaster. If you can't see it, it can't be racist. I promise. Just the StreamYard background. Yeah, that's they had a bunch of different selections of crazy colors and stuff like that. And I haven't uploaded anything to it for backgrounds myself, so I'll eventually get there and get that stuff taken care of. But this is officially the first live stream on my channel, so we'll see how it goes. If I had somebody that was really good at StreamYard that could come up here and help me, it'd be great. But and sorry for any dead air here. I just putzing around looking and seeing what's going on. But hello to everybody who's coming in. It's awesome. Quite a day out there today, yesterday, day before, probably tomorrow as well. Yeah, I'm glad everything's sounding okay. Yeah, it's real simple. Most of the stuff in here is real simple. It's just the unknown, and I've been having a lot of problems with my phone lately too. So screaming into the mic. You don't want me to do that yet. I'm not quite ready for that. Yeah, I might have to get Lisa to talk on here once in a while. I don't know. I'm not sure if she'll want to or not. I just said I'm going to go live, and she said, "All right, have fun." I said, "This could be an absolute disaster." She just laughed. The one thing I got to figure out is how to monitor the chat and all, because right now I don't know how to even do that. So yeah, I'm much more comfortable with her talking too. So I don't know if she will. She has a hard time talking sometimes. Hard to get breath and everything going, but she's funny as hell. So Yeah, that's what I thought too. Okay, but I'm not seeing much of options. And plus I'm just on my phone. So once I get my laptop set up, everything should come together pretty easy, pretty quick. But all the all the tutorial videos and stuff like that, um, they're all pretty much meant for the computer. And the stuff that they put out there for the phone is really lacking because even the screenshots that they show and the videos that they show for it aren't the same as what I see when I turn this on. I do see a money sign on here, so that means you guys can give me money anytime you want to. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not here for money. That'll probably never be set up on here because y'all know where our money goes. I mean, come on, I can't be double dipping. Yeah, my big thing is just figuring out the chat and all. I'm gonna have to start clicking stuff here soon to figure out what's what. And my money sign for that works. Money signs for Lisa. I'm gonna have to put that in the banner. If you send money, it's for her. And I thought about going on camera, but then I thought no, because I don't go on camera because I got to help her out, and it'd be kind of rude for me to do it, as as a creator or host or whatever, the same way. So I just don't. I don't know how much, if ever, I'll be going on camera with it. So, and that means I don't care if other people go on camera. Once I get it to the point where you can run panels, which of course I'm all for, then it'll be up to the person coming in whether they want to be on camera or not, and same rules will apply. You got to show yourself before you come on, or before you come up. Hey Z, what's happening? Hippie chick, Bridget, all you guys. Don't mind me. I'm just here, a dark voice in the void. Yeah, this is officially the first live, so I thought it'd be fun. It's about I've kind of been ready for it for a while, and I've had StreamYard set up for a while, but just got to figure out all the tweaking and everything on it. And I really don't know what I should go in the other room and see what it looks like on the TV. That'd be interesting, I guess. Get Lisa to say hello, maybe. It feels like Oz. Hippie chick, it really does. All right. I'm going to go in the other room and see what it looks like. So this is what it sounds like somebody walks around through their house while they're live streaming. Uh-oh. Lisa has the volume up on the TV, so that's going to mess it all up. Lisa, you got to turn the volume off on the TV or mute it. Tell us what's on your mind. I don't know what's on my mind, Chi. I got a lot of stuff on my mind. I don't know how to put the. Say hi, Lisa. Say hi, everybody. Go ahead.
I'm listening to you, my earbuds.
Okay, cool.
You're still talking. You never stop talking.
Yeah, but now you are. So
You
everybody's
just talk and talk.
whatever. Just say hello to everybody and quit busting my balls. All right, I'll get that figured out one of these days. Make it look normal. So there's Lisa for you. First sampling of her on the live. Yeah, what's on my mind? I'm not sure. See what I can even narrow down. Um, you guys have heard me talk a lot about what's on my mind, for the last couple of years, and most of you probably know what that's about. But where I stand on a lot of things. I haven't been able to be around as much the last few weeks as I normally are or normally am, but I got some family stuff going on, and that kind of keeps me out of the loop a little bit. It's crazy, that I have family stuff going on, and I've got a fake disabled wife to take care of, and can still be online at all. But we do what we got to do. Yeah, I hope she is taking over panels soon, Grammy. I really do. And like I said, she's funny as hell. So, all right, bear with me for a second. Barking dogs will make it official. No barking dogs anywhere around here. Judy. I can't wait to do the first panel. That's what I'm actually most, anxious about. I want to be able to get it set up and get everybody to come up and just, shoot the shit, have a good time, say what you got to say, goof on people. Hopefully before too long, we'll be able to move beyond some of the crazy shit we got to deal with every day, and just really cut loose and enjoy it and share and have fun and all that sappy stuff. But yeah, I'll be glad when my wife is not, buying other people vehicles, and I wouldn't mind that boat, stuff like that, but it's okay. It's not like it's breaking us or anything. We're filthy rich, as everybody knows. So, but yeah, back to what's on my mind. Um, yeah, I got to read chat. That was the attempt, G. I kind of I kind of thought people that want to come up and be stupid and say stupid things and make up delusional, stupid ideas and lies and run with them. They don't need to be here. But then again, that last part about the debate, I love to debate. I'll debate anybody as long as they understand what we're doing. Hey, Muggsy, how's it going? It really bugs me when my picture, my avatar thing is not up there. I don't know why. I should invite somebody else up here to go through some of that stuff, but probably not best to do it. I don't want to. But yeah, back to all the stuff going on. Um, I think it's really impressive if you look at where this particular community is these days, where we've been for quite some time. Pretty much all on the same page, or close to it. Understanding what we're seeing, understanding what's going on, and understanding the truth does always win. I mean, that's something I've hung on for a long time. I've lived my entire life that way, and not going to stop now. And it makes life when you live that way and understand it. Just got to be real with people, and when you're that way, everything else kind of stands out. Like a beacon. I mean, it really does. That to me, I don't understand how people can maintain the level of I I don't even want to say delusion because that's just really getting old thinking of it that way. And it's not fantasy. I guess deception might be a better way to say it. You know, I mean, it's just one of those. I hate people that have to try to remember where they stand on things. And that's how it feels like to me. Because every time I encounter these people, it's the same, but it's a little different every time. And you're hearing it from, 25 different people. And in the normal world, if you take 25 people, they're not going to all think the same way. They're not going to talk the same way. They're not going to use the same phrases and words and all that. They're not going to all be focused on one person or one particular thing in general. But when you start seeing that type of groupthink with such a narrow, defined focus, and you also understand that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't match what it's easy to identify. And I'm really glad that the people that are around me and or that I'm around, can understand that. They recognize it pretty quick. But hmm. And again, excuse the silence for a little bit. I'm just playing with some stuff here as I'm going through this and kind of playing with the training wheels a little bit. ANTM, how's it going? Hey Z, I hope you get some good sleep out there. Hope the winds quit. Hope everything's starting to come together and smooth out and get things figured out and all that. And again, kudos to you for what you're doing. I know it means a lot to a lot of people, not just specifically Alonzo and the people directly involved, but being able to see people do good things in this world really makes days better. Whether they're doing it for you or somebody else, it's really good to see. I wish more people, were like that, open about doing it, willing to do it and help people, but becoming a little more rare these days than not. Yeah, the other thing too is I didn't really have much of a topic, a specific focus for this stream. I figured I'm going to hit the live button. We'll see what happens and go from there. Hope I don't bore everybody to death. Might put some people to sleep from what I hear, but that's okay. I don't mind that either. I can tell you that down the road we'll probably have some pretty intense, I look forward to it. I also look forward to being able to share some good stuff. I would love to be able to give everybody the opportunity to come in and talk whenever they want to, just in a relaxed setting and not get all worked up and enjoy it, or get worked up and raise some hell. But I can tell you that I'm not going to be one of these channels that says, "Oh, this is a safe space. Anybody can come in here and say anything, and we'll protect you, and you can know that you're not going to be attacked here." Because that's just a bunch of phony bullshit. You're never going to hear me say that about this channel. I think as long as everybody comes in and is real, well, like the group of people that you're all used to and I'm used to are, I think it'll be a great time. But I'm definitely, like I started to say before, definitely ready for some good debate. Um, and as far as my channel is concerned, um, I don't know that I'm going to have too many restrictions other than don't come in here lying, don't come in here being stupid. Um, Other than that, I don't have a problem talking politics or Scientology or people or places and I think it'll be a good mix at some point. But once I get it set up, I think it'll be fun. We'll see. And I'm definitely open to suggestions as far as ideas and topics and stuff like that. Should that be my next should that be my next banner? See? Put a condom on it. That makes sense. I never claimed it. I was just talking about putting it on as a banner. Come on now. See, the one thing I can tell you, I might have to get Vaughn on here one of these days and have a chat with her. I know she wants to. I mean, it's just that's obvious. But we'll have to see how it goes. And then who knows where we go from there. But I was trying to figure out like what would be, what would be a good topic and who would be a great first guest to come up on the panel and have a talk and everything. I think there's different ones, but I know White Snake and I have done some stuff together. He and I've worked on with his channel, and that might be a great idea. Any number of others. What do you mean? Oh my God, no! You don't want me to bring Vaughn on here? Is that what you're saying no to? I don't know. Possibilities are endless. I can tell you that. But I do. I will tell you. Uh, I will tell you that I intend to open this channel up for panels as much as I can. Just and I really hope that all you guys that a lot of you that don't come up on panels very often can come in here and do that. Get used to coming up on panels and being comfortable with it, and because I think it's a great experience. It helps other people share and learn and get to know you. At least at this level, and I don't do so. I'm gonna have to hold her to that. So. And yeah, I'm a little bit of a distance away from her right now, so she can't give me that stare or anything. So. Yeah, Muggsy, I'll try not to fall asleep. That was a tough night. That really was. It was a fun night, but it was a tough night. A few of those lately that didn't have much to do with panels, but can't make any promises. Though. Might fall asleep every once in a while. We'll see. I doubt it, but. So let me ask you guys this: over the last 72 hours, what's the biggest thing that's happened? What do you think is the most significant observation that you've made over the last let's say 3 or 4 days. I'll put that out there, and you guys can figure out whether it's worth responding to. But oh yeah, Maui, how's Juan doing? I hope he's good. Yeah, believe me, I get the time thing, Maui. As far as you guys enjoying us on the West Coast. Um, that's the one. That's the one thing I can tell you. I've told DOA, you need to go back to the East Coast, man. This 2 hour delay thing is just killing me. 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's only 2 in the morning here, and it's midnight there. He's just getting ready to go, or things are starting to happen. That's tough. Plus, we've been down below zero the last couple nights. We got 6 or 8 inches of snow on the ground and steady. That makes it a little bit tough. All right, so the idea of people turning on their dear leader, I got to tell you, I put it in chat a few times, but I watched the first video that Aaron Smith Levin did, where he was spilling the original tea, making the complaints and whatever the video's titled and all that. And the main observation I have on that is I think it was all bullshit. To be honest with you, I think whether they had an issue or not, that's one thing. But I think you guys would all agree if you go back and look on the videos that he makes when he's mad, his face is redder than his beard. And throughout that entire video, I didn't watch the whole thing, so I may have missed parts of it that way, but I never saw his face get red once. I mean, not once. I went back and looked at it again, watched it for a little bit longer the second time, and it just didn't happen. And I mean, we've seen him rage before, and it just looks like you're gonna have to call an ambulance for the dude because he's gonna stroke out. His face gets so damn red, and it just didn't happen. So I'm wondering about that. We got an imitator down in southern central United States that thinks putting on pineapple glasses and a cheap ass dollar store cape and all that makes him an impressionist. I think that's pretty funny stuff. It's ineffective and immaterial, but funny nonetheless. And writing backwards on the folders. At least a little effort could have come into that, because we know he can write backwards, so people can understand what the hell he's trying to do. But that's just lazy. An SNL conehead, and I can see that absolutely. Hey, Kenny, good Kenny, how's it going? Yeah, I kind of wish I could bring somebody up even right now, but I just don't think I'm really ready for that. Like I said, for anybody that wasn't in here in the beginning, I'm getting a new laptop on Friday, and I should be that because right now I just have my phone, so and it makes everything a lot more complicated trying to do it on the phone. So trying to figure this stuff out now is a little bit tough, but I'm not a professional like some of these others are. But what else? What else is a big topic out there you guys want to throw out there? I know the other thing that I'll say is I'm happy as shit that people are starting to come back around to where all of us were, including Scott, a year and a half ago, about a lot of stuff. We've been talking about things for a long time, in a pretty consistent fashion, and have been called out all these different angles and names and observations that don't make any sense. And here we are. It almost feels like it's kind of starting to come full circle now. That people are going to start seeing what we've been seeing for a long time. And I hope it is. I hope that's the case where people really do start to kind of open their eyes, pay attention, step back from the insanity, the fantasies, the delusions, the defamation, all of that stuff. I wish people would do it sooner than later, but it just feels like it's coming. Maybe I'm off, but it just kind of has that feel to it now. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff people just can't argue with. When you start hearing people repeat almost word for word what was said a year and a half ago, it starts to be kind of obvious. The other thing too, I'll tell you, for future streams from me, I'll have a better idea of what I want to talk about and kind of be able to go through stuff as opposed to just being here, kind of playing with the controls and just letting things float around in my head. But I am enjoying watching you guys chat, so that's kind of cool. It doesn't slow that down, that's for sure. And I'll say it right here from the very first stream. I really appreciate every one of you guys. I really do. The amount of the amount of insight you guys have and knowledge and experiences and education and just everything blends together really, really, really well. I mean, there's some people in this group of people that have expertise that you'd never imagine that they have, and other people are just so good at what they do and aren't afraid to share it. Other people step in behind the scenes and just really pour it on. Some of the stuff with the data collection, all that Scott's been doing, and the help that he's gotten from that is just so impressive. I'm not trying to love bomb everybody, but kind of I am, because I think everybody deserves it. And it doesn't matter to I don't think it matters to anybody in here how much you actually contribute or don't contribute, as long as you contribute. And that's about as straight as I can say it. I think it matters. Hey Kyle, how's it going? And the other thing too, we got some pretty funny people in here. We got some really, really serious people in here. Some of you fuckers make me laugh so hard. I can't tell you how many times if I've been on panels, I've had to mute the microphone because I was going to sound like an idiot laughing, and that's so needed, especially with the depth of crap that we got to dig through, on a regular basis, in the last couple of years. But hey, Kyle, that's something I'll say. Contributing financially. That's another thing I'm really proud of about the group of people we have together and the channels that we're all part of. I hope that no one ever feels bad or awkward or otherwise about not being able to contribute, whether it be financially or otherwise, to some specific level. Like I said, I think it's the part that everybody in this community plays. I think is what makes it as good and as strong and straightforward as it is. And the people that can contribute financially, they do, and they step up big, and I think the reason they do, unlike they do in any other channel that I've seen, is they believe in certain things, and they can identify when people are real and doing the right things, and they're not afraid to put the money up to do it, and that's important. But I hope I, I hope no one ever feels awkward or put out or anything because they can't contribute that way. I just and I can't be more serious about that. It just, if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. And that's all. That's really as far as it goes. And Kyle, I'll just say straight to you, you're funny as hell, man. And that's worth more than money to me. I'm going to guess that other people can probably say the same thing. You know, it really, it makes a difference. And when I say funny, I don't mean funny like MLH funny, because that's just not funny. I mean really bust a gut laughing funny. So I say thank you to you uh, for that. Anybody can contribute that. I mean, she's working on being funny. We know that, and I got to give her credit too. She's getting there. But so lead the way, Kyle. Others will follow, and that's what we need. I'm still trying to figure out how to get my. Hey, good Kenny. How do I get my picture up on the screen? Do you know? On the phone? I mean, not me on camera, but my regular avatar, like the one that's up, that I can see up in the corner. Or Auntie, do you know how to do that? It just feels weird that there's nothing on the screen. I could put chat up there, but I don't like chat on the screen because it always messes up when it's on. Like if we have it on the TV, it doubles up the chat that's on your TV. Is there an option near your voice input option? Um, I don't see anything. When I look at the camera, it's basically the camera on or off. And usually, if I just turn the camera off, that picture automatically goes up. Like when I went into the studio, the picture was there. You should be able to hit your avatar on the bottom and put add to screen. Where on the bottom? I don't see it on the bottom. I have it up at the top and it's got a green check mark next to it, but I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not. A mod school stream. I hear those are bad for your health. See, those mod schools can create a lot of issues, from what I hear. Oh, you don't have an iPhone? No, I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android, and it's been such a pain in the ass over the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. Ever since I got wiped out, I've just been having all kinds of issues trying to get it back. I spent another 2 hours on the phone with tech support, the dumbest things. I'm not asking sticker. I'm sorry. I can't compete with her tech abilities with all of her fancy monitors and computers and nails and all that stuff. Yeah, you know what? I'm a quick one to I'm a quick one to say fuck the trolls. I can tell you that. I just like I said a little bit ago. I don't understand how people even live their life that way. Can you imagine having to go through life trying to remember what the fuck you said the last day, week, month, or 6 months? I mean, I just don't understand how that's got to be so much of a strain on every brain cell you have to try to keep your damn stories and your complaints and lies straight. I just don't know how they do it. I mean, it's got to be so draining. It really has to. There should be two sections of your screen: backstage and honesty. You'll want to click on your own square and add to state. Backstage and honesty. I mean, I kind of see that. The backstage is probably the bottom part where the chat is, and then the on stage is the top where you can normally see what's going on, like where the banner is. And then there's controls in the middle, which I haven't completely learned what all those controls do enough to just be able to click on them. My problem is I just don't want to turn something. I don't want to have something go haywire in the middle of this. I'd rather just have a boring, mellow, put you all to sleep type of a talk and chat, and then work it out later. I use my laptop, tablet if I need to. I never watch on a phone. Yeah, that's all I have is a phone. We can run YouTube on the TV if I'm just watching, but you can't participate there because you can't get into the chat or anything that way. So everything I do, I mean, 100% of what I do is on the phone. It's going to be really nice to have a laptop again and be able to start expanding out and on doing stuff, especially running a channel. And I hope you guys don't mind quiet times in between talking here. I'm not one that's going to be filling up every second of a stream by talking. If we're having a panel going on, that's great. It'll definitely fill up, but sometimes I don't mind just partaking in the chat and letting things go. But I can definitely tell you that I will be addressing my thoughts on some of the people in this community on my own channel, where I don't have to worry about stepping on anybody else's toes on somebody else's channel. Overstepping my welcome or bounds on somebody else's channel. But I definitely got some shit to say, and hopefully sooner than later I'll get this thing squared up and be able to start doing that. Because I said a long time ago that I think chat needs to be vocal and call these people out for the nonsense that they're doing. And I know it's hard sometimes to do that because it's tough on the creator when their chat gets going, but I appreciate that, Kyle. A bunch of other people too. So that's why I say I want to. I really want to focus on the idea of panels. I think that's just, to me, that's just my feelings. Is that's the best way for people to be involved with the community, is to be able to get up there and really speak their mind and be able to pass that information along to others. And because everybody, what we were talking about before about contributing, just hearing people talk is some of the most important stuff that I've picked up on, in the last couple of years, specifically to this. But I'm not a big one for fame, by the way, because I think every person involved in just about everything I've ever done in my life, I don't care. I mean, like when I had my companies, I didn't feel like I was any more important than anybody that worked for me. And I told them that, I used to tell them all the time, you're never going to outwork me. That's one thing I can promise you at this company is you'll never work harder than I do. And the last company I worked for, I told them, you're never going to pay me more than I'm worth because I'll always outwork what you pay me. And I've tried to hold to that as much as I can. And I think I look at this community the same way. People that are on the streams, they have a really significant role. People in the chat have a significant role. Some of the most significant roles, I think, are people that some of us, including myself, have never heard of. We don't know who they are, but they've been around for a long time, doing a lot of stuff in the background that makes all this stuff come together. And makes it click, makes it important. So yeah, I don't give a shit how many subscribers I ever have. I don't give a shit how many somebody else has. I think a couple of the biggest idiots in this whole community have probably the most subscribers of anybody. And what does that do for them? It doesn't make them a better person. Doesn't make them more effective. They get a bigger reach maybe, but that's about it. Makes them feel important, I guess, but that comes from who they are, not what they are. Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people are hesitant to panel up because trolls are crazy these days. One time I saw my address as someone's screen name in a chat. I was terrified. Yeah, you know, I understand that completely. And there are some situations where that's absolutely, spot on. But I think for myself, my situation's a little bit different because my information's been public for a long time. I thought it was pathetic that it took the trolls 6 months to figure out who the fuck I was. I laughed at that because, I mean, I could have found myself in 5 minutes. But um, you, the other, I think the biggest thing is that people need to understand too, and I've tried to share this with a few different creators, that you got to be real careful about breaking laws. It doesn't matter if you're on YouTube or not. When you start breaking laws on YouTube, um, it's going to come back to haunt you one of these days. And a lot of these people, by doing some of the stuff they do, they're breaking laws and don't even know it. So that's some protections that you can get. But I definitely understand, the attack of the trolls, and I hate that they're able to have that power over some people. We just need more people like me that just don't give a fuck what they say or do that way. Scott, what's going on? A little different. Welcome to the boring put you to sleep chat. Nice job on that stream today, by the way. I appreciated that. But yeah, I'm just here trying to fill this out a little bit. I figured I might as well try to go live, at least for right now. See what happens, and so far it's happening. Hey, I can help you get to sleep if you need to. Just turn that volume up just a little bit more and lay back. You're all set. I'll have you out cold in no time. At least that's what I hear. But I do need to say one thing. I'm looking up here and I see 61 people. Hey Kenny, I can say your name on this one. Fuck you. I got more people than you hardly ever have. This is my very first stream and I'm doing nothing. I'm boring as fuck. I got no graphics. I got no pictures. I got no nothing. And I got more people than you. That must really prove that you're right, that nobody trusts me, that everybody hates me in this community. You sorry piece of shit. Uh-huh. Oh, I could just let it fly right now, but I don't think that's. Oh man. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning toward the mansplaining thing as the title for my channel. I just haven't got it figured out exactly the way I want to say that. So suggestions on that are always welcome too. If you guys come up with a good one for that. Because I don't mind the whole mansplaining thing. I kind of appreciate it sometimes. But anyhow. Well, thank you, Chi. I don't know if I agree with that, but at least the second part, I don't know if I agree with that. Definitely not always right. Try to be as right as I can, but deep mansplaining with David B. I'm sure Lisa's out there taking notes right now. She's probably got a smirk on her face trying to figure out the best name to come up with that she can embarrass me with or something. So we'll see. But I can definitely tell you that I'm really ready to just kind of come on here and speak my mind on certain things and certain events and certain people and what have you. I've just kind of bottled up for quite a while, and as I thought about for the title of my channel, I was originally going to call it "I've Got Some Things to Say," but I like the mansplaining thing too. More Lisa. I don't know. Let me go find out. Let me see what Lisa has to say. I gotta check on her anyway. So, see, I don't get to mute my mic and stay off camera to go check on her while I'm doing this stuff that I do. So I'll just do it now because she should still have the TV muted, which she does.
Oh my God, you're leaving me all by myself out here.
You helpless little.
Wah,
You hopeless little
wah.
bitch. You. What are you talking about? I've been out here 20 times to check on you.
Hi, everyone. To all the trolls, kindly go fuck yourself.
There you go. There's Lisa for you. Thanks, honey. Yeah, the one thing about Lisa I can tell you, she's not shy when it comes to saying what she wants to say or needs to say. Never has been, never will be. But you notice I can't stay there too long because then she'll start talking about me, and that's just not a good thing. And, doesn't look good for me to have my fake disabled wife, take over my channel like that. So I have to be really careful with that stuff. I don't want to create a bad reputation as a guy that gives a shit or that does things that he's supposed to do or anything like that. I got to tell you, Lisa, once she gets used to talking and stuff, and honestly, sincerely, she does have some issues with breathing and stuff and breath levels and all that stuff. If she didn't have that, I probably wouldn't have an option, as far as leaving the microphone in front of her for as long as she wanted, because she would definitely have a lot to say. It is kind of hard for her sometimes, and I got to respect that. And plus, she busts balls all the time, especially mine. So, yeah, I don't know, for those of you that don't know, Lisa's a Philly girl. She was born and raised in South Philly, um, right off of Broad Street, and uh, she she doesn't need my help with a microphone. I can tell you that, and she sure as hell doesn't need my suggestions on what to say, when to say it, who to say it to, and why to say it, and all that stuff. Plus she's funny as hell. One of the wittiest people I've ever met. To be honest, she's a very quick witted, very humorous personality. What's mean? What did I say? What did I do now? Unless you're not talking to me. Yeah, Antium, that's absolutely. And see, here's the other thing that she is an absolute pro at is the wife look, the stare. Hey, Buse, how's it going? Appreciate you coming over. Be prepared to be put to sleep, bored to death, and all that good stuff. But yeah, Lisa, she's got that whole stare down pat. I know you're not talking to me, honey. I think Lisa and Judy would get along good. I know that Lisa would get along with just about every person in this community, that has a sound head on their shoulders. Did I mention she's really good looking too? That's always a nice thing. And the best part is I can say that with all sincerity, and I know it makes her face red when I say it. That's the real kind of person she is. Yeah, most guys that don't have control of everything financially and otherwise in their house, they'd have a problem with it. But I'm okay. Oh my god, you're kidding. All right, I'm just gonna be quiet for a little while and let my darling wife take over. She doesn't have a microphone. I'll just make her type, which is really hard for her to do. But That's true, Chi. You are aware of that. Anyhow, like I said, I'm gonna be picking up the tablet on Friday, or laptop on Friday, and I'll try to work on it this weekend. And I've talked to a number of different people, have channels and all. I'm not going to be on all the time. I'm not going to become this regular streamer type of thing, but I am going to be very open to making this channel available for panels, and with that, I'll be quiet. Everybody's wait a minute, who said that? Bridget, that's one thing I can promise you right here, right now. You'll never see an AI song on this channel. It just will not happen. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'll leave the AI stuff up to everybody else. Muggsy, let me tell you, I've got the clips of that stream the other night when Vaughn was on with Boss Talk. I have 2 clips from that night. I've got the closing clip where he disappears, and I call him out, and I apparently woke him up. Somebody did something, and he came on and flipped me off, and then literally on camera. And for those of you that didn't see it, I will definitely share that clip either on this channel or get it to somebody that can share it. He literally fucking fell asleep on camera and almost tipped over out of his chair. I mean, literally. He was just like doing the whole chicken nod thing, and it was hilarious. But the best clip that I have, and I know every single person that's in this chat right now is going to appreciate it, is when Cracky said something about a 3rd grade education. I only graduated 3rd grade. Boss Talk literally, seriously asked him if he was trolling or is that true. He literally asked the guy sitting on his panel if he didn't have any more than a 3rd grade education. And I'm going to keep that clip forever. I thought it was beautiful. I laughed so fucking hard I can't even tell you. And I don't think either one of them saw the gravity of asking that kind of question in that format at all. Not a bit. That's what made it so nice. All right, I'm going to go see if Lisa wants to talk more. And if she does, great. And if she doesn't, I'm probably going to end this stream and thank everybody here. Do you want to talk some more? Everybody wants you to talk. I don't know why, but they want you to talk. Do you want to talk to these people? Pressure's on. No pressure, honey. Pressure's on. No pressure. Oh, you can be a smartass, but I can't.
Absolutely.
Do you want to talk to them for a minute? I think they can hear you.
I can't.
No, you can't talk too long. All right.
sinus pressure.
Sinus pressure. All right. Fair enough. Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Say see you next time. All right. I tried. All right, so I'm gonna end this here. I'm not just gonna jump off mid sentence or anything, but I'm gonna end this. I appreciate you guys coming over and hanging out and experiencing my first go at a live stream. I appreciate it, and I enjoyed it, even though we didn't really do much, but just shoot the shit for a little bit. And I look forward to doing this more. And I promise I'll get my shit together and make it better and make it more entertaining, more visibly pleasing, and all that stuff. I appreciate all of you. I just want you to know that. I really do. And with that, I'll see you out there, and you have a good night. See you tomorrow. I'm sure there's more crazy coming tomorrow. It would be against the odds for it not to happen that way. So good night, y'all.